Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name.
Welcome to another episode of my podcast. I am Tanika Price, also known as Dr. T. And we are in July of 2026, which means if you've been watching this podcast since the beginning, we launched in March 2025 for my 50th birthday, then you have been here for over a year with me. Yay! And so I applaud you, the audience, for being here. Thank you so much, especially to those of you who've watched every single episode. You know who you are, and thank you for rocking with me. So now that we are over a year into the podcast, I have had to rebrand. So originally I launched as The Tea with Dr. T. Subsequently, there have been several other podcasts named The Tea with Dr. T. So I have switched it up a little bit, and my podcast is now called The Truth and Tea with Dr. T. So when you come on here, expect to get the unmitigated truth as well as a little bit of tea with me, Dr. T. All right. So come on in the room, get comfortable. We're only going to spend a few minutes together, but this is important, the updates that I want to give you. First of all, it's July. So let me do my July birthday shout outs. Some of you may not know, other of you have heard this story a million times, but I have 4 children born in the same week. My son Jamir was born on July 2001. And then I had twins July 30th. They came way early. They weren't due until October 30th. They were born July 30th, 2006. And then my last baby, Big Benj, not the little, he was born the same day as the twins, July 30th, 2010. So funny little story. I went to get a checkup on the twins' birthday when I was carrying Benj. And the doctor said, oh, your amniotic fluid is low. We have to send you to the hospital. You're going to deliver the baby today. And I said, wait, I can't have the baby today. It's the twins' birthday. And the doctor said, well, it's his birthday now too. So there you go. People all the time suggest that I play the lottery, 730. Go ahead and play that number today. And if you hit, I'm going to need my little piece of the check. But yes, I feel very, very lucky, but not lucky. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have these phenomenal Leos in my life because I love them. They are such great encouragers. They've been great kids. I love them. So Jay, Kiara, Micaiah, and Benji, mommy loves you. Happy birthday. And let's go turn up. All right. Now, let's get to today's episode. Today's episode is a catch up from last episode. In my last episode, I let you all know that I was going on a 60-day fast from dating. How auspicious of me. I had never been able to go longer than 7 days without dating, without returning a phone call or a text or a pull up. And so I really wanted to strengthen that muscle because I wanted to get into a deeper level of what God has for me. I also wanted to close the void. So if anybody has grown up with trauma, specifically sexual trauma, physical trauma, or just grown up feeling like you're not enough, you might know what I'm talking about. It's that emptiness, that vacuum is what I used to call it in therapy. The vacuum that it seemed like always needed to be filled, right? Whether with food or with friends or with fun or with men, there was something that seemed like it always needed to fill that void. I thought I was okay being alone, and I was okay being alone. I was doing the dates. I was, waking up to my own music. I was doing all the things, but that void was still there, right? And so when I really sat with not on the dating apps, not getting a good morning, beautiful text, not getting a good morning, evening text, not getting a phone call, you want to go on a date, I really had to sit with, am I enough? Am I enough by myself? Single, not alone. And that's a concept from Dr. Miles Monroe if you want to look into that. You can be single and not alone because you have God, you have your friends, you have your children, you have your village, you have your career, right? I was never alone. But I was lonely at times because there's a certain thing that only a male companion or only a male partner could feel. So I wallowed a lot in the God, why, right? Why am I alone? This is not due to any of my own choices or circumstances that I'm by myself. So why am I suffering? And what I found is that, every valley situation is not just suffering. It is building something in you. It is building character. In my case, it is helping me heal from the inside out. I've been diagnosed with something called complex trauma. That means that when one thing happened, bam, something else happened on top of it. Bam, something else happened on top of it. So before my brain, body, heart, soul, and spirit could recover from one trauma, there was another trauma. And so in my world, I'm like little Kim. I never feel safe, right? Head is always on a swivel. It feels like everybody's always out to get me. And I've been a team of one. Even when I was in a marriage, even when I was in a partnership, I still had myself in a protective bubble where nobody could come in and nobody could cause harm. But that's not true. It's a fallacy. It's an untruth that we can wrap ourselves inculcate ourselves in a bubble that will keep us from harm. So what I've learned is that I have to shed those layers, those protective layers, including the relationship that I have with food, right? Because a lot of us who are survivors, we use food to protect us. We use our weight even as a physical protection. So in this season, I've been called to even fast from food. I've been called to let go of the carbs and the sugar just to get to a deeper layer of healing. And let me tell you something, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. There are times when I'm sitting there and I'm laying there and I just want to be held, right? I just want to feel the physical touch of somebody. And in those moments, I remind myself that I am enough. Physical touch is my love language. So I have to have massages and I have to have pedicures and I work out and I do yoga and I do meditation. All these things to mimic the feeling of physical touch. But I also remind myself that I am safe and that I've got to start making decisions that are based on my future self and not just my lack or not just my need or not just my want in the moment. And part of that for me means boundary setting. Oh, scary word. Boundaries. Because when you grow up in an abusive situation, you don't learn boundaries. You learn that you have to be everything for everybody. That you are only worthy in your service to others and in your performance to others. And so that's something that I have to learn. I am enough just by showing up in the room. I don't have to do one thing and I don't owe anybody anything. If I choose to show up, it's because I chose to show up. Not because it was a requirement, just because I'm the oldest child, the oldest grandchild, the oldest cousin. I've always had all of those things on me. I had a baby when I was young, right? I don't have to do it anymore. I can choose to step up into these spaces. And guess what? When you choose to go into these spaces, you do it without resenting. You do it without resentment. You realize that you are the captain of your ship. And so as I let go of the performance of having to be perfect, the performance of having to be check all of the boxes, doctor, lawyer, rapper. I love being a rapper though. Actress, right? As I check off these boxes and realize I can let all of that go and just show up as Tanika C. Price. And that's enough. It never had to be anything more than that. I never had to do more than that to receive love and to get the reciprocity that I'm seeking in a relationship. So I'm settling. And I wrote on somebody's post that I'm settling in the skin that I'm in. And she said, what does that mean? And I said, it's taken me a long time to feel comfortable just being in this skin. Again, not having to perform, not having to do anything but just be. I've made apologies for my wrongdoings to the people I've harmed. I have, and I will continue to do so. But in this season, I'm just being. I'm not begging. I'm not pleading. I'm just being. And so this is going to carry over into my dating season once I start dating again. Because again, there's nothing I have to do to be loved or to be chosen or to be found. I am enough just as I am, just who I am. And listen, before you can be enough for anybody else, you have to be enough for yourself first. And that's what this season has been about. If you don't like yourself, how can you expect somebody else to like you? If you don't love yourself, how can you expect someone else to love you? If you're not intentional about being with yourself, how can you expect somebody to be intentional about being with you? So yes, it has been a long summer, right? My first summer off the dating apps, my first summer not driving up and down the road to see my boo. Right? But it's been in a summer of me, of seeing me and showing up for me and showing up for those that I love in an intentional way. It's been a summer of settling and being settled. Finding what works for me, what workouts I love, right? Because again, if you do it and you don't love it, you're going to be resentful. You're not going to get the full joy out of it. So what ways can I show up for myself and my body in ways that make me grow more in love with myself? Anything you want from someone else, you have to first give yourself. So we're talking about cleaning up your financial house, cleaning up your physical house, organizing your thoughts and yourself, purging those clothes that you don't want and giving them to less fortunate, right? Meal planning and prepping. I mean, we're in every area of my life. I am preparing not for that man that is to come, not for the marriage that is to come, because I don't know if that's part of God's plan. I am preparing for me to give myself the best version of myself that I can, to give my children the best version of myself, to give my grandchildren the best version of myself, and my great-grandchildren to come the best version of myself. We grow things that we give attention to. So think about today. What do you want to grow in your life? I'm growing abundance. I'm not going to give lack attention anymore. I'm going to give abundance attention. I'm going to see abundance all around me because then I attract more abundance. My season of dating has been about not having a man. Instead, the season of my life should be about what all I have around me. I've been so blessed in this season. And this 60-day moratorium has given me room to be able to see the blessings that are right in front of me. Has it been easy? No. There are a couple people that I almost folded and reached out to during this time. But I trust that what is on the other side of this for me, and if you're joining me, what's on the other side of this for you, is greater than any uncomfortability that I'm feeling right now. And so I'm going to hold on for the next 21 days. That's all I have left. And yes, I'm counting down until my dating moratorium ends. And then who knows? I don't know what I'm going to do on the other side of that, right? I don't know. But I do know that this feels great. So I invite you into abundance. I invite you into saying no to something so that you can say yes to all of the things that are on the other side of you saying no. What do you need to say no to in this season so that you can get to the yes that's on the other side of this? Thank you so much for being here with me, for being a part of this journey, for being a part of my rebranding, for just spending time watching, sending your positive energy and your thoughts. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it for this month's podcast, Truth and Tea with Dr. T. See you next month.